last year in September, and currently I'm applying to graduate schools in Japan and the States. So that's what I'm busy with these days. Also trying to look for a temporary job because I have now till September I'm free. So it'll be really nice because Robbin and I have discussed coming back to Cornell and help out with the kids, and we love to speak English and how the environment Cornell gave us when we were kids. So yeah.
How do you feel you're still using your English as much as you did before?
I think more than before because in our family, us siblings, the 5 of us, we talk mostly in English and maybe some Chinese, but our main language in our family is English and Chinese.
Wow.
So I would say we use English, I think, more than before. Because now we're all studying abroad and we're all in the international department, so we use English more than before. And everything we encounter, everything we watch, we eat, is all American, like more American than before, I think. Yeah.
Wow. Do you have any memories of a teacher that made a good impact on your life, or anything that happened at school that you feel was...
I think every process of my school here, there was an important teacher. For example, Teacher Mike was the first teacher that I remembered when I was in kindergarten. Then I went to Teacher Patricia, I think, and then after that was Teacher Joda, who graduated with me in 6th grade. So I think these are the 3 major teachers I've met in Cornell that actually impacted me. And I remember Teacher Joda, we would play tennis after class. When I came back to visit Cornell, of course. So I still try to, I have Teacher Mike on Facebook, so I still try to stay in contact with as many people as possible from Cornell.
So would you say that Cornell is kind of a family rather than a school feeling for you?
like I said, Cornell was like my second home here. And so when I came here, I didn't feel... when I went to elementary school in Taiwan, I felt like I missed home. I want to go home. When I came here, I felt safe. The teachers, the environment they gave us, the English songs they gave us when we were kids. It was like a very easy learning environment, and even they make the kids want to just learn and sing, and just there's no pressure with learning. And that's what I think is most important when you're learning a language, is you don't have pressure on you that you need to perfect this language, and just ease yourself into the language, I think, is the best way. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Ronnie.
No problem.
If you want to be louder, you can move closer to the microphone, but our microphones are quite sensitive, so we're kind of picking up what you're saying. I think this is a much more kind of informal conversation than talking into the microphone. Okay, right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very well said, very articulate young man. Thanks. Who is the second eldest?
Me.
It's Robbin!
My name is Robbin. I'm the second eldest in our family. I also spent most of my formative years in Cornell before. I studied my high school years and my college years. I studied in the UK, in City University, and I'm looking to transfer to Japan for a restart in my university years to take my studies back to Asia. Currently, I'm busy with, I actually just had a job offering to tutor a 6-year-old kid English. So I think it's really important, like you said, that English is it's a universal passport you can use, to teach, to learn, to diversify people. I think it's really important. So Cornell definitely gave us the fundamentals, like Ronnie said. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
How was it coming to Cornell with so many family members?
It was
it weird, or?
It was weird that we had 5 kids in our family, but it's something you get used to. Cornell, like you mentioned just now, Cornell is very family-like. It has this really warmth, nurturing feeling. So without or with family, it didn't really matter because you feel really safe and you felt like you were at home when you were studying. So it was really nice. I don't really have a teacher I really remember, but I remember Teacher Mike. He had this humor that that really made everybody happy, and it was really nice. And
were you in the same class as your brothers or sisters?
No, because I'm older and younger than them, so no.
So you were the Gaga of the family, right? taking care of everyone.
No, he's older than me, but he's much older. I was just stuck right in between, so I never could get, because their teachers taught them, and yeah, I was caught in between because, I don't know, because of the time, or, never got the overlap.
Did you feel you were maybe like a naughty kid at school? You know, the
Definitely
second,
not.
No?
No,
Good
I was
boy,
perfect.
always did his homework.
No, yeah, I was a very good boy. Yeah, when I was younger, so.
It always fascinates me, the dynamics of a large family, because you're kind of part of a team, you know, and everyone has to help each other. And I kind of feel that when you're part of a large family, you're able to be much more considerate to other people and much less selfish and just more helpful generally. And I think each of you have made a success of yourself on your own terms, not on a competitive basis. Maybe I think you're competing with yourself. I think that's your biggest competition, yourself. Okay, thank you very much, Robbin. All these R's, the 3 R's. Okay, next up is... it's not Ronnie, it's not Robbin, it must be Roger.
Yes.
Well, Roger Moore.
That's actually how I got my name too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my name is Roger, and I spent 6 fortunate years here at Cornell, where I picked up my basic grammar skills, my phonics skills, so I think I was more prepared than most kids were at around grade 4 or grade 3. And I was the naughty boy in Cornell. I remembered getting in trouble a lot here, but, you know, it's because of my behavior. But I feel like I really liked being at Cornell. I loved singing the songs, and Cornell had good food.
Yeah, good food.
I was a bit
pretty healthy now.
Yeah, it took me a long time to get to where I am, but I blame that on Cornell. But I feel like Cornell really shaped my English skills and abilities, and I feel like this is a really good place if you want to be able to speak like a foreigner or have the necessary skills to study in the States or even just interact with people who have English abilities. So,
what are you studying at the moment?
I'm studying business / management in Shanghai.
Okay.
Because I'm looking to hopefully have a successful future in Shanghai or in the world, no matter where I go.
And how does it feel coming back to Cornell after all these years?
Well, it definitely feels a lot different. I used to be so small walking through those doors, and I used to be just looking forward to hearing my name on the PA, like, your mom is here to pick you up. And now I think I'm, more than happy to be back. I feel like this place brings back a lot of memories, even though it's not the same campus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you had any advice to give students now at Cornell, what advice would you give them?
I think to not be afraid to express yourself, whether it's singing out loud or asking questions or answering every question you know. I think that really helped me when I was a kid. I was really energetic, so I wanted to participate in everything.
So you would not describe yourself as shy, right?
Not necessarily. Maybe the first time I'm shy, but when I come around, I'm bad news. So yeah.
I think your brothers are really agreeing with you here.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much, Roger.
Thank you.
Roger Moore, 007.
Yeah.
Okay, and we've saved the best for last. Stephanie. Thank you very much for coming here, Stephanie.
My name is Stephanie, and I'm currently in Shanghai studying Chinese medicine. I believe even though my time in Cornell here was not as long as my brother's, but the best thing I like about Cornell was how the teachers made us learn in the most relaxing way. I think like being the only girl in the family, people might think I'm more shy, and usually I stand behind my brothers, but when I first came to Cornell, I think teacher Mike, he taught me how to first open up in front of the radio, like when we were recording Jack and the Beanstalk.
Mhm.
And also when we were performing for the parents. I think overall, when I first came, it was definitely a new surrounding because we were learning English and the teachers were mostly foreigners, and it was definitely, we were definitely unfamiliar with the surrounding. But I think the friendly teachers and I think the overall feeling of being like in a family really makes me feel comfortable, and it makes me more accustomed to the surrounding of this American culture.
Well, you are quite an unusual young lady because from my experience of teaching in the classroom, I find the girls are a bit more shy than the boys. So you don't come across as a shy person at all. Would you be able to give advice to any shy girls out there to how to improve their English and how to behave in the class, maybe to help them?
I think being shy is the first step, but the next step is definitely to be brave and to actually try, because once you make the first step, you'll think, okay, it's not as hard, and maybe you'll get familiar with the feeling of talking more and expressing more. And also, like, being not shy is just one of the ways to have people recognize you more. So, yeah, I think being shy is just being afraid, and being afraid is just having memories, you having imaginations in your head.
Yeah.
But I think if you just speak more and practice more of English, then you will become more familiar with it.
Do you have any role models that you look up to?
My role model, I think my role model are
Big brother.
are my parents, because because they teach us how to stay consistent on what we want and to not give up, and even if the path will be hard, but we have to try our best.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Ronnie, Robin, Stephanie, and Roger.
Yes.
If there's anything else we'd like to chat about, just informally, I don't really know what other questions to ask you. I'm kind of blown away by. You're all very successful.
I do want to say something. Like most kids who study here, perhaps will end up studying in a Chinese high school or a university in Taiwan. But like me, I took a complete different path than what I was expecting and what I was given.
Yeah.
Because I've been studying English my whole life, but then all of a sudden I transferred to Shanghai to study. So I feel like no matter what path you take, whether it's studying in Taiwan or a Chinese university, it's very important to have English skills.
Very good point.
To make yourself I'd say a more skilled person or a more competitive person.
So would you say English is a skill that you're going to keep for the rest of your life?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I feel like it opened up a new world to me, I'd say.
Like you said, it's a passport.
Yeah.
It's an asset too. It's not just a skill. It really helps you to get you places you want to be.
This is a question I've always wanted to ask people that are very, very fluent and successful in English in a non-English environment. Did you ever feel while you were learning English that you were good at it, or did you always kind of second guess yourself and kind of build up your confidence over time? I mean, how did it work? I mean,
I think everything takes time, but once you start practicing more and you feel more fluent when you speak to others, then you start feeling more confident. When you go to a native English-speaking country, you feel that you feel pressurized. You don't feel like you're fluent, and you feel like you have errors in your grammar and you speak, flawed. So I think it all takes practice, and it takes you the confidence to speak to others with new vocabularies you've learned, and how you structure your sentences differently to make yourself completely fluent in many situations. I think that's what gives you the confidence. But what do you guys think?
I think I was a pretty confident kid.
that's good.
I believed in my, I believed that, because I loved to talk when I was a kid. I still do. It's a habit, but I think basically if you talk more And then I think what really helped us was we watched a lot of English films, whether it was cartoons, movies. I'm not encouraging kids to watch more TV, but I'm just saying that it definitely helped us a lot.
I think when I was in elementary school, I did elementary school, local Taiwanese school in the morning, and in the night I'll come to Cornell.
Yeah.
And when I was in elementary school, I felt like my English was better than others because they don't have the English environment as I do. But when I went to the American school in 7th grade, and there was like I think 20 students coming in my year, and I was the only student who didn't need any English support to go to the English supporting class, the ESL.
Yeah.
And I was quite surprised because we all came from different schools locally, and I was pretty surprised that I was the only one that didn't need any support from the school. So I was pretty like I went into class the first day and people were looking at me like, who's this kid, you know, like this new kid and he doesn't need English support, who does he think he is, that kind of. But it sort of like built me up as I studied in American school because I think like my grammar and my speaking was like a native student. So I think like Robbin, all my brothers said, like it takes time to build up, and I think you should not be afraid to speak, and I think it's okay to make mistakes, because I'm learning other languages other than English. I'm learning Spanish and Japanese, and that's what you need to do when you speak like a new language. You have to speak, and nobody's perfect, so we all make mistakes. So I think to just speak. Yeah.
Would you say that like you mentioned your family life was pretty much English at home and English at school, so you're kind of 24/7 in an English environment. Would you give that kind of advice to parents today? Like if you really want to help your kids learn English, then just give them more of an English environment at home too, to kind of support the school English that you learn.
I think especially for kids, like I want to back Roger up is just give them, for kids especially, just give them music, give them TV or
Disney,
or
Power
Disney
Rangers.
or Power Rangers or anything. I think anything that kids love these days. I think
I think it's really important when you learn a new language and to excel at it. You need a good environment, an environment based around that language. And if you don't have that, I think you have to create your own environment. You know, you have to fill yourself with English movies, music, and free time. You know, you're playing English games. I think everything has to be about that particular language you're learning. So yeah,
totally immersed, right? Oh, thanks. I mean, I'm learning a lot about learning English because as a native speaker myself, I hadn't overcome as many obstacles as you have. I mean, living in Taiwan, it's really tough to kind of create an English environment for yourself, and also kind of rising above, you know, everyone else's reason for learning English, which perhaps might be more for tests than for, you know, life. I think you've really made a success of yourselves. You know, I'm pretty proud of you. If I were your parents, I'd be like, woohoo! We hit a home run here! 4 home runs, 5 home runs! Yeah, you're really an amazing family. I'm very impressed.
thank you.
Thanks.
很高兴